I'm sorry. So we're in the second line setting now.
Yeah, sorry.
So,
yeah.
And I think with sunitinib, I don't remember what the response rate was, but I still feel like it was low for sunitinib alone in the original study. Honestly, I couldn't even tell you, but I would expect it to be in the low to mid-teens. I wouldn't expect it to move much.
Yeah.
I mean, the general feeling is if you use it earlier and it's a more active agent and targets a wider mutational burden, then it would control things better. It may not result in better responses because they don't have those secondary mutations at this point. They may have maybe a less heterogeneous mutational burden in part because they haven't seen 3 therapies; they've seen 1, imatinib. I honestly I don't know. I guess I'm hoping for an increased response rate given the broad activity across a range of mutations, but we'll see.
Okay. Just want to offer see if Frank has any last questions before we wrap up. Frank, anything else you want to ask Dr. Riddell? You're still there?
Bob, this has been fantastic, so thank you. No other questions on my end.
Okay. I do have one more question, Dr. Riddell. I've heard that sunitinib works sort of better than average in exon 13 patients. And I'm just wondering, is there any scenario where more of those patients get randomized to both arms, but does that have the possibility of enhancing the results towards sunitinib if such a thing were to happen, or is that not a concern?
I suppose in theory that could happen, but that the hope is that's why you randomize patients, is so you can get that randomization. But everyone's going to be interested to see that data, particularly if it's a negative study. They're going to want to know where the exon 13s are. But hopefully that's addressed with the randomization. That's the whole point of randomization.
Yeah, I guess, and I fully accept that. I guess I was wondering if you had more of them randomized over in both arms, could it still benefit sunitinib because you'd have a enriched population, if you will? Does that make sense?
Oh, I don't know that.
Am I fishing? I'm fishing here.
Well,
okay.
I think you're being overly cautious, overly concerned. I don't know.
Yeah. Okay. I don't mean to be. I just kind of.
No, it's a great question. It's a great question.
Yeah. Okay. Just more curious whether, even though it could be nicely randomized, it's still if it's a more favorable population for one arm versus the other, it could sort of blur some of the lines. But anyway, we'll not worry too much about that. Great. Thank you for the chance to meet, and the hope is to have one additional meeting in this series of conversations, and I will be back in touch when we'd like to do that, and really appreciate you sticking with us.
Absolutely. Happy to help, and thanks for including me in the process.
Okay. Thank you, Dr. Riddell. Take care.
Thanks, Bob. Thanks, Frank.
Thank you, Dr. Riddell.
Absolutely. Bye, guys.
Bye.